Romantic relationships are like a war, terrifying and triumphant, hurtful and heartwarming, dangerous and defining. Pursuing a woman to capture her heart is what the war of ingratiation is. It is the fight for favor and fondness from females. The war of ingratiation is the epic struggle Nolan engages in along with his entourage of friends. This war theme is a pervasive metaphor that is tainted all across the pages of my book and probably makes it twice as long as it probably should be. So, I leave you now with this sample. The timid teenager breathed more deliberately as he rotated his shoulders and neck. So what are you going to ask her today? Right now, between passing periods. Nick made a laughing smile. Is it cool if I watch how it goes? Nolan grinned. You'll be a witness to history. My first girlfriend. He cracked his knuckles. Jarnowski's saber began to shine as a brilliant glow dawned in the distance. He watched the dandelions around him slowly blossom to the beckon of sunlight. His horse neighed in anticipation. Standing on a hill, Jarnowski looked across the field and smiled. An entire company of well-armed and armored knights still rode under his banner. The fearsomeness in their eyes reflected as brightly as the sunlight on their weapons. Form up, Jarnowski shouted as he trotted through the ranks. His soldiers answered by eagerly mounting their steeds. Their plated armor, forged from virgin steel, gleamed with strength and resilience. The wooden lances they carried towered high with hope. With the rising sun in front of him, Jarnowski extended his arm and gazed at his reflection through his shimmering saber. A young, battle-ready face smiled beneath the silver armet. As he lowered the weapon, the target could be seen in the distance. Sir, are you certain about this? A concerned Captain Karloff asked. What can we be certain about in this life, Captain? Jarnowski replied apathetically. That we all die, Captain Karloff muttered. What's the plan of attack, sir? Sergeant Resin inquired. Jarnowski pointed. Shortly, Lady Lane will leave her castle with an armed escort. When she does, we will wait until my signal, then we will charge and capture her. What of the wall, sir? We will time it so that if she does decide to flee back inside, the gate will be open long enough for us to run inside. Jarnowski adjusted the reins of his horse. And should we fail at that, we will knock the gate down with our jousts. Understood? Sir, yes, sir, every knight replied. There she is, Nick Duke whispered. Nolan could clearly see Jessica as well through the crowded hallway. Fashioned in tight clothing and mascara, she stood out like a diamond in a coal bed. Now, should I? No, Nick shoved. Just go, go, go! Jarnowski began to trot around his knights. Some of you are worried. Some of you are wondering whether you should have fled this army too, along with the others who've abandoned their duty. The horse of Jarnowski reared as he pulled the reins back. Let me tell you, though, that it will be their loss, for we will be the first to experience the glory of a femme. We will be the first to feel the triumph of victory. Our surmount cannot be stopped. Our bravery cannot be beat. Raising his arm, he finally shouted, Today, men, we ride to victory and onward to glory. With fiery enthusiasm and lust for combat, the knights charged across the innocent green plains. Nolan nervously moved towards his target. She stood across from her locker, oblivious to what was coming. As soon as he stepped forward, the determined teenager could see she was surrounded by her girlfriends. Nolan gulped, but moved ahead. He felt he was about to rip off a Band-Aid. Hi, Jessica, he said from behind.